Are you finally ready to launch, to self-publish your own book, your very first book? Whether this book be a devotional, a workbook, a small book, such as I did this one, whatever it is, you are ready. It is time. You have watched my previous videos on how to create side hustles, how to become an author while working a full-time job. Well, in today's video, I'm going to break down the step-by-step process that I use to self-publish this book, making it available on Amazon KDP. Are you ready? Let's jump right into it. So the very first step I took in writing my book was to identify my target audience. Who do I want this book for? Who is my avatar? What is the purpose of this book? What do I hope to achieve from the person reading this book? So you will do the same thing. Think about the type of book that you want to create. Who do you want to create this book for, and the benefit this book will have? What problem will this book solve? So while exploring, I wanted to write a book as I experienced. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I moved to Canada from Jamaica as a registered nurse, being a single mom with my 3-year-old daughter at the time. So looking back after how long, maybe 8-10 years after, I knew I wanted to help this specific person who is in the process of preparing to migrate to Canada, specifically Canada, because I knew the struggles I went through and so many things that I could have avoided only if I'd known. So that's how I created the title for my book, What to Expect When Moving to Canada. So for you, you'll do the same. Think about who do you want to help specifically. What pain point do you want to solve specifically, right? And write it down. By the way, have you yet subscribed to this channel as yet? Why? If not, I'm inviting you to go ahead and hit the subscription button right now. While you're at it, hit the notification bell also, so you will be in the community of other thriving women who are thriving in our professional and personal lives. We are en route to creating financial freedom and independence. Now, step 2, after I identified my avatar, my target audience, the problems that I want to solve, I created different chapters, different things, the specific information, the specific problems, and the specific solutions to those problems. So that's how I created the chapters. After creating the chapters, I then set a date, a specific target date of when I wanted to complete writing this book. If you know that you need like help with this structuring, this plan, this goal setting plan of when to complete your book, I use the 12-hour work week book. Have you heard of that book before? Yes, no? I'll list it in the comments, in the description below, so you can go check it out. It's available on my Amazon storefront. So this book helped me to break down step by step what I will be doing each week to complete writing this book, to hit my target date at completion of writing and publishing this book. So that is a key point of having your goal and having your list of things of what to do. This will keep you in line with meeting your target date, your specific date of publishing. So that is step 3, having a target. The next thing I did was to sit down and start thinking about writing. So what I did, so there are 2 options. You can write hard copy writing, having a notebook. So I had a notebook where I was jotting down the different chapters, the different pointers that I want to make. And as I go by, I build upon those ideas that I had in mind. You can also do this via Google Docs. So I also had a Google Docs. So after jotting down from my idea, I like to write with pen. You might prefer typing. So I went to Google Docs, transfer that information from Google Docs. You can also use Google Speech, Google Voice, or one of those other apps that you can speak. Some people flow better when they're talking. Some persons flow better when they're writing. So whichever one suits you better, then you choose whether you're going to write or you're going to voice record. A lot of people, I've seen other persons mention that when they're writing their book, sometimes they're driving and a thought come to them, then they'll just go on to Google Speech and they start talking, and that is attached to their Google documents where they can go back in and edit, right? So that will be the next step. I went over the content for each chapter. After I was writing all that and I was satisfied with the story that I want to portray, the message that I want to portray, then I went through Google Docs. So you have to do several proofreading. Read, right? So I went through my Google Docs document with my book, and you can use a spell check format through Google Doc just to go over if there's any spelling errors or grammar or all that. You can also use Grammarly. I've seen persons use Grammarly by copy and pasting the information into Grammarly for correction. But I didn't use Grammarly, but that is just a bonus for you to check out Grammarly. So then, after I did that and I was satisfied with the content of my book and all the information that I wanted, I went over to Fiverr and I hired an editor, someone to proofread and to edit. Because English is not my strong point, I wanted somebody else to proofread to correct any errors that I didn't see while I was doing my proofread, right? So I hired someone on Fiverr. You can check out Fiverr. Fiverr is a great resource. I use Fiverr a lot during writing this book. I use it in several different occasions, right? So getting it proofread was the first time I went to Fiverr. After I got the edited version, the proofread, they proofread it, they did the correction, and they sent me the corrected format. Then what I did next, I went into Fiverr again and I hired someone to format it for Amazon KDP because there's a specific way of formatting it. You can do this yourself. I've heard of book boats that persons use to do this, but I didn't want to be bothered with all that editing and all that stuff. So I just went over to Fiverr and I found this guy. He did an awesome job in editing it. So I had a copy in ebook format and I had a copy in Amazon KDP format, and he also gave me a copy in Kindle, Amazon Kindle format, so I could upload it into Kindle, Amazon Kindle, right? So I had the Kindle version and the hard copy version on Amazon. Now, after I did that, previously I had written this book as an ebook before I chose to transfer it over to a hard copy book. So when I previously did that, I did the cover in Canva. So Canva has several different ebook covers, book covers, and a lot of graphic designs. That's my favorite graphic design platform. There's a free version and there's also a paid version. So initially, I had created a cover for myself on Canva when I did it as an ebook before I choose to restructure it into this version. But it wasn't appropriate for Amazon KDP. So I had to get another cover that was compatible with Amazon KDP. So now what I had to do was to go back to Fiverr and to hire somebody else to do the cover for me. And that person, they did the front and the back. Now, to be honest, I wasn't 100% satisfied with the covers that she did. When she showed me the sample, I was like, no, I'm not feeling those ones. So what I ended up doing was to send her the one that I originally did on Canva, and she did a few tweaks. So this one was the one that I did on Canva. So she just did a few tweaks with the sizing and all that stuff. And then here, I had, if you can see it, I had to send her my bio and a picture, and she put it on the cover, the back cover. I highly recommend Fiverr for all the things you are not able to do yourself while you're DIYing, while you're publishing, self-publishing your own book. Now, after all that was done, so why I didn't use the same person that did the interior, because he didn't do graphic design. So when I asked him if he could do the cover, so you might be lucky enough to find someone who can do the editing, um, the editing, the proofreading, and the cover for you all in one. But I used 3 different vendors on Fiverr for these 3 different purposes, these 3 different things that I needed to be done. right? So after that is said and done, and this guy was so good, he gave me all the instructions for uploading to Amazon KDP. I really would give him a 10 out of 10. I will try to see if I can find his information, and let me know if you need Fiverr information. By the way, before I'm offering you, let me know. If you're enjoying this video, please let me know by hitting the like button so other persons who are interested in self-publishing their book can see this video. So now, after we got that out of the way, now it was the fun time to go ahead and upload the book to Amazon KDP. Now there's a whole lot of videos here on YouTube. I think I'm going to try to find the specific one that I use and put it in the description. I can't remember who, but I will try to see if I find it, right? So now you'll have to go over to Amazon and you'll have to create an Amazon KDP account, right? So I watched this video and I followed the step-by-step process of creating this Amazon KDP account. To be honest, it was pretty simple and straightforward, not complicated at all. And you can just upload the book. So first you're going to create the account, then it's going to walk you through how to upload the interior of the book, and then it's going to ask you to upload the exterior, the outside cover of the book, right? And that's how I did it. And it was pretty straightforward, simple and easy. Now these days, there's so many different technologies to DIY stuff yourself, right? And once you upload it, once it's up and running, it will go through a process on Amazon where then I think it took a few hours or a few days for Amazon to approve it. Then you can order your first copy. Once you get your first copy and you have Amazon Prime, I had Amazon Prime, so I ordered my first copy and I went over it to see that everything was good, it was perfect, and it was ready to be launched for sale on my website. So then you have to create, and so back to step one, as you're creating your target audience, your avatar, who this book is for, it's good to have a clear understanding so that when it's time to launch and publish this book, then you know who specifically you are launching this book to, you're publishing this book to, you're advertising and marketing this book to. Now, I use my YouTube platform here to market and promote my book. So you will need your own strategy, your own maybe preferred social media platform to market and promote your book. Now, that's it for this video. If you need any further information, please let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for sticking around to the end. And I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.